So I've recently decided to make some changes to the whole guitar situation that I have going on. It's not really that I want a new guitar necessarily. My Taylor that I currently have is probably my favorite thing that I own. Actually, it is definitely my favorite thing that I own, but at the same time, it also causes some issues for me on the road. It's not really easy to fit inside the small van here. Like I've said in previous videos, guitars are pretty strangely shaped instruments. This is pretty much the only place I can put it, and it is just barely gonna fit here when the bed is fully extended in bed mode. It's just a really awkward shaped thing, and it's kind of a pain to deal with. So I got to doing some research to try to figure out what possible options were out there. Eventually, I found out about Journey guitars here, and I really do believe that the solution to my guitar storage issues that I've been having is inside this box right here. So I know this looks pretty strange, but believe it or not, the neck of this guitar is supposed to break off like this. This is how it is designed. It is a travel guitar, so the idea is that you're able to get a full-size guitar in the shape of a small carry-on suitcase that you can bring on an airplane and put in the overhead bin, and meets all FAA regulations and everything like that, and basically be able to travel with this thing anywhere. So the process for attaching the neck is pretty straightforward. I've done it a couple of times and it was definitely really weird at first, but it does come with like a little instruction manual that shows you the right way to do it and everything. Obviously, like, I've never done anything like this before, and just seeing a guitar like this is scary even still, even though I've already done it a couple of times, but I guess it's just part of the process. You kind of just guide the neck directly into place. I mean, it fits perfectly here. It's designed to do this, like I said, and you gotta add a little bit of pressure to it. You have to apply a little bit of pressure, but it feels, like I said, it feels kind of weird. But once you do, you'll hear that click. You hear that click right there, and it locks into place. Then there's a mechanism on the back, which you can use to tighten it up. So you gotta just kind of righty-tighty that thing, and I think I'm going lefty-loosey here. That's a problem. All right, righty-tighty it up, and a couple of turns all the way around, a couple rotations, and it locks right into place, and the neck is fully attached. So I had to tune it the second that I got the neck on. I think that's pretty normal. I think it even says that you're supposed to like retune after playing it for a few minutes to kind of really get it nice and sharp. But after that, it tends to stay in tune pretty well, at least so far in my experience here. And I don't know, sounds like a pretty cool little instrument. It's pretty amazing, the technology and the fact that it can do this and still sound like a nice guitar.
So I stumbled down to the stomach of town, where the widow makes memories to slowly drown. With her hand to the sky and a mist in her eyes, she said, "Don't you cry for the lost, smile for the living. Get what you need and give what you're given. You know life's for the living, so live it, or you're better off dead."
By the way, that footage was from a camping trip that I took this past weekend up to Lake County. It was really a lot of fun. I didn't really take too much footage though. I pretty much just flew the drone and then took some night sky shots, a couple of time lapses and stuff like that, but didn't go too crazy, just kind of wanted to relax and get out of the city for a couple days, and it was pretty nice. In terms of the guitar and how I feel about it so far, I think it's gonna work out really well. I think that it's fine. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit of a sacrifice, right? Like having a full-size guitar, a Taylor, I mean, I absolutely love that thing. I know I've said that a couple of times in this video, so I'm sacrificing a little bit by going with something like this, but at the same time, I really do believe that that sacrifice is 100% worth it, especially for me and in my current situation. Being able to break this thing down and store it in this little bag here, it's a lot better for me. It's gonna fit nicely underneath my bed. bed, what I'm going to do is take the clothes that I have in the crate under there and set them up over here. Put a little bit of a storage unit that I'm going to build coming down from the ceiling, and I'll be able to put my clothes in there, and then this is going to fit under there, underneath the bed rather, and then I'm going to have all the space where the current guitar is to be able to, who knows, I mean, I might be able to extend my counter space and make a bigger kitchen setup in here. I know I've mentioned possibly getting a digital piano a few times in the past, and I think now it would actually be possible to fit both a guitar and a digital piano inside this little van, inside my little house here, and that's the first time I've ever been able to even fathom doing something like that. So I think that it really helps to not have this awkward shaped guitar in this corner here taking up all this space. It's just not an efficient use of space. Now I can fit it into a more efficient size container and store it underneath the bed, and I don't know, I'm pretty excited about being able to do that. I also am excited about being able to fly with this thing as well. I'm going on a trip in a couple of weeks back to New England. I'm really excited, looking forward to seeing my family and everything. I haven't seen them in a really long time, so I'm gonna spend a few weeks up there, and I'm gonna be able to bring a guitar with me for the first time ever. I have never flown with this Taylor before. I've never been able to bring myself to it, to be comfortable with putting it on an airplane, you know, especially if you have to check it or something, it could get all dinged up and stuff. But this, I'm gonna be able to just carry it right on, stick it in the overhead bin, and not have to worry about it at all. And it's gonna be kind of cool to be able to have a guitar with me while I'm traveling. I think in terms of sound and playability, I mean, I'm not really sacrificing a whole lot. It's really not that different from my Taylor. It feels really good. It's really easy to play. I love the Elixir strings on there. It's the same strings that I use on my current Taylor. It's pretty much the exact same shape as well, the Grand Auditorium shape here with the cutaway. I think it's going to be really good, guys. I definitely recommend checking out Journey Instruments. I'm going to put a link in the description below to their website. It is a specific Element van life link that you can use to check out what they have to offer and stuff. They have a ton of different shapes. It's not just this Grand Auditorium shape. I just got this one because it most closely resembled my old Taylor there. But I will say that I am working directly with Journey. I did still have to pay for this guitar, though. I got it at a little bit of a discount in exchange for doing this video and for having it in future videos moving forward, I guess you could say. But I mean, I did still have to pay for it a little bit, and I did some research on it, saw a lot of great reviews about it before deciding to buy it, and I'm really, like I've said a couple of times in this video, I'm really excited about seeing what the future holds. I do want to start playing a little bit more music in my videos moving forward, and this will be a pretty good opportunity to do so. I know some folks will probably ask why I don't just keep my second guitar and have two guitars in here. I mean, I probably could figure out a way to fit them both, but I mean, as a minimalist, I don't really like that idea. I'm not really a fan of it. I mean, I know a lot of folks even kind of suggested that I keep the Element a while ago. They were like, oh, just keep the Element. You'll appreciate that you kept it years down the road or something like that. Put it in storage somewhere or something, but for me, like, if I'm not using something, there's no reason for me to keep it. When I buy something new, it's almost always going to replace the old version of that thing if I do have an old version of it. And, you know, it's no different. Even though this guitar is so important to me, even though I've owned it for the better part of the last decade, I mean, I pretty much learned a lot of what I know about playing guitar and about music in general on this guitar. It's just, there's no reason for me to keep two versions of it. Yes, I could probably put it in storage with a friend or something like that, but then I'm burdened by the thought of just having all of my stuff strewn about the country and all these different places and stuff. I already still have things with a few friends in different places that I just haven't been able to go through yet. I have things from my childhood stored in my parents' basement right now that I still need to go through, and I'm hoping to actually go through when I go up there and visit them in a couple of weeks here. And I don't like the idea of having a bunch of stuff all over the place that I don't use, that's just kind of accumulating, that eventually one day I'm going to have to deal with it. For me, I might as well deal with it now instead of down the road, and just try to keep things as confined as possible. That makes my life a lot easier. When I can fit everything comfortably into this home, this small little van, and be able to travel around and not have to worry about having all kind of other stuff and clutter and everything like that, it makes things easier for me personally. So I'm more than likely going to be selling this guitar at some point, maybe tomorrow. I've had a couple of offers already for it, so I might be meeting up with a few folks and moving on from it and parting ways within 24 hours here. And it is a little bit sad, you know, I'm definitely going to be bummed out a little bit, but at the same time, I gotta move on. That's part of this. That's part of this lifestyle. That's part of traveling. That's part of minimalism. And I'm gonna grow to love the new guitar just as much, I'm sure, as I love the old one. think that pretty much sums it up for this video. Like I said, be sure to check out Journey Instruments. There is a link in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to y'all in the next video.